like as they go forward, and the sort of the doors that Brunel opens for students and graduates. We now have a very large alumni group, 160,000 alumni spread all over the globe, over 177 countries, 30,000 overseas. And when they graduated, they had a distinct advantage of having a Brunel degree. I mean, Brunel was founded in '66 with a very distinct mission and purpose. Wilson wanted, created a new set of universities that were going to create new types of graduates that were going to allow the UK to benefit from the great technological revolution that was taking place at the time, the great white heat of technology. And he wanted universities that were created at that time to be different and to break the mold. But he wasn't happy with the universities that existed at the time. He didn't think they were doing the right things for the country. And so he wanted these new universities to be creating applied knowledge that allowed UK industry to thrive, and creating graduates that were going to be able to take those technologies forward, use those technologies in the workplace, but also that they were ready for work when they graduated. And so that's how the new universities were created in the 60s. And we were very much at the forefront of that. We were actually the iconic 60s institution of the time. And we invented the sandwich program, of course. Nobody else can say that they did that. We were the institution that took that forward and did that and made that happen. And of course, today we remain one of the largest providers of sandwich programs in the UK. We have the most employable graduates, and our staff are still at the cutting edge of research, but creating new knowledge that is allowing the current cohort of UK businesses to really thrive and move forward. And so we've remained quite true to that original Wilsonian vision of being a research-intensive university that creates graduates that are highly employable and can take the country forward. So I think that is something to be treasured, and also to be valued and to be embraced. And I think that's a really important part of the Brunel story and the Brunel message. And we are the iconic 60s institution. Now, it isn't just employment that we've thrived at over those years, and we've also done worked very hard to ensure that many of our students go on to start their own businesses. We've, even back in the 60s and 70s, we were supporting students to do that. We created the first science park, and we have actually at the moment a very strong support for entrepreneurship and innovation in the student body that allows many of our students to go on and start and create successful businesses. But also we try to ensure that all graduates have some sort of exposure to those types of ideas, so that if they decide to start a business in later on in their careers, they've got some of the basic skills necessary to do that, to build those businesses up, and they know how to write a business plan, or to develop or how to set up a company and to take that forward. So I think these things are all very important, and important that these are all, I think, values that the institution holds, that we try to take forward, that the alumni across the globe can embrace and support us with. Now, it's not one way, and every day we hear of more Brunel alumni who are bringing value to society, doing great things and with their achievements. And we've created this. This is the purpose of this event, is to celebrate some of that stuff and to bring it to the attention and to draw it into the Brunel community. But when alumni leave, we like them to come back. We like them to support the businesses that the existing students are starting. And we want them also to come back and tell their career stories to current students, to allow them to understand where the study at Brunel can take them, what it can lead to, and the doors that it's going to open. Now, our record in these areas is second to none. And in the last 12 months, we've discovered that we were the 14th best UK university for employable graduates in a world ranking of 250. And this just demonstrates the sorts of work that we are doing to help support our students to get jobs, to drive their careers forward, and to bring value to society. And the alumni in this room and online and beyond that group are keen supporters of those activities, and we're very grateful to them for their support in that endeavour. So with that, and I could talk about Brunel for the rest of the evening, actually. I'm slightly, always slightly, I was going to say, I think I'm slightly jealous because one of the things I will never be is a Brunel alum, which is always slight. I'm starting to feel there's a slight source of disappointment to me. But anyway, but it is quite a proud thing to hold. And you should, graduates should really, think about it, that actually Brunel is probably one of the very few really unique and distinct UK institutions, and the people that come out of it have had a very, very unique and special experience, and that's something that you should always bear in mind. And so with that, I think I'll stop and let Kirsty introduce the next part of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. So we're here tonight to celebrate our alumni, but I also want us to hear from our alumni. And so we've got a few speakers here tonight. And the first person that we're going to hear from is Ash Soman. So Ash was a graduate from the law in 2021, a recipient of the Vice Chancellor's Award and the Law School Award for Best Contribution to Diversity, Inclusion and Charitable Work. So I'm going to welcome Ash to come forward and to talk to you about her journey as an alumna and also about her passion for women's rights with disabilities.
Yeah. Thank you firstly for introducing me. I think you brought me up a little too much there. My name is Ash Soman. I am an alumni of Brunel. I did my LLB here. I'm here before you all to be an advocate for inspiration and a little bit of motivation. But I don't think I'm actually qualified in motivating you all here today, because I'm just an average person like everyone else in the audience. But what I am super qualified in is not taking no for an answer and my dedicated perseverance. My journey to this far has been eventful, to say the least, with lots of ups and downs. When I was at school, in my formative years of my education, there was two types of groups of people with intellect. One group who recited everything in one go that required no memorization, so they could read on the day of the test and recite everything without any study hardship or staying up in late nights. Then there were people in my group that required dedicated reading every single day, repetitively and rigorously. Unfortunately, I was the second part of the group. And when I was that age, I always criticized and judged myself for being in that category because I always compared myself to others. Like, how come they're faster than me? But other people were the same as me. Then I learned it the hard way. Intellect is divided into two categories. Those that learn in different ways and different capacities. We often hear about intellect being the highest form of IQ, and intelligence is the most important thing in the world. Yes, it is. I'm not going to lie, otherwise we won't be here all today graduates. But IQ, one level of IQ that's inadvertently related is the power of perseverance and grit. It's your ability to have passion in the bad and good days. And trust me, I've been there myself. There are days that I just wanted to give up and just leave everything due to my adversities, especially since I am female disabled and from an ethnic background. So I suffered a lot of intersectional unconscious bias. But thanks to my dedicated parents, that's my dad is in the audience, they able to keep me every single day of the school. I used to lie and say I have fever, and I used to get out of going to school. But they always push me to go to school and do high levels of education. When I was at school, I wanted to be a neuroscientist. I knew nothing about the law. In fact, when people tell me about the legal system, I always put it to one side in a relegated position because I thought lawyers were liars. Since being a law graduate, I have learned that law can really help and be an analytical tool and practical tool to help the disadvantaged, vulnerable, and powerless, especially from marginalized backgrounds. So when I came to Brunel, I'm not what you see before you guys. I wasn't confident. I was an introvert, and on the 2 weeks later of embarking on my journey at Brunel, I almost decided to quit, and I was very adamant. But my parents advised me to see a academic known as Dr. Chiquita, who's right in the audience, and another law academic known as Miss J. If they weren't there on that particular day to have a meeting with me, I would have surely given up. So they will always be instrumental, along with other law academics. They will always be instrumental in my success in helping me to graduate with a first-class degree, and for that I will always be deeply grateful. And I think Dr. Chiquita deserves a big round of applause. Since graduating, I have learned to test my boundaries and limits. So I have decided to embark on my journey to do PhD with people with disabilities and women's rights, because they are often marginalized. As you can see from my ambition and career aims, I am very determined, and I simply don't give up. Even if people don't want to listen, I will make them listen. As you can tell, I probably love to talk. So with that, I like to say that enthusiasm is common, but endurance is rare. Thank you for listening to me today, and I hope you all one day become valued members of society. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ash. That was wonderful to hear about your journey. Thank you for sharing it. So now we want to move on to something to test your knowledge. So we've been very busy over the last year, as I said, and so have our graduates. Now it is time to put you to the test to see how much you know about the Brunel alumni community. So there are some QR codes on your table. And for our online viewers, you can also just go directly to the website. So it's slido.com. If you could get your phones out and put it in and put that code in, and we will begin our quiz in a minute. Let's just see if we can get people joining. So while we're waiting for our online viewers, can you put in the chat where you're tuning in from? Let's see. Okay, I see some names. We've got some of you joining. But there's a lot more of you in the audience that I can see names on the slide. Jazz Pink, very nice, nice name. Okay, just going to wait a few moments longer. So looking at the chat, we've got people from, I believe we've got South Africa, Canada, Gloucester, India. Where else did we say? California, China, Hong Kong. Canada, we got that one. Jordan, it goes on. Lovely to see you, online guests. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, are we all there? Do we need to wait any longer? We're more or less everyone who can joined. Awesome. Okay, well, let us begin. So I'm going to start off. We've got 10 questions here. I'm going to take the first 2. So for question number 1, any easy, well, we'll see. I won't say easy yet. We'll see how we go. We're easing you into it. Question number 1, which of the following is not an alumni benefit? A cake from the alumni team on your birthday. B, access to campus facilities with an alumni card. C, career support 3 years post-graduation. Or D, 15% graduate discount on postgraduate courses. Okay, cast your votes. Okay, so I'd like to think an easy one to begin with, but it seems that somebody thought that every alumni do get a cake on their birthday. I wish we could do that. I really do. And in fact, if you let us know and come into campus, we may be able to make it work. But it's not a standard benefit across our 160,000 alumni. But as a member of the Brunel alumni community, you can take advantage of a huge range of benefits and support. They include our online alumni networking platform, discounts on further study, careers support, access to facilities, networking opportunities, and a lot more. You even get a family discount for family members of our alumni who are keen to study with us. So there's loads listed on our website. And while many of us do love cake, me particularly, unfortunately, getting a cake on your birthday is not an alumni perk at the moment. Okay, that was an easy one. So who's on our leaderboard to begin with? Oh, Devon Poldy, there we go, 8 seconds. Is that because you're working as a duo? Easy. Okay, easy. That was an easy one. Number 2, here we go. Who were our 3 Alumni of the Year award winners in 2022? Was it A, John, Tim and Dr. Hannah? Was it Dr. Thomas, Dr. Ezra, Dr. Poldy? Was it Misha, Dr. Solomon and Dr. Akua? Was it Devaditya, Professor Yogesh or Salvega? What was it? Cast your votes. Okay, votes cast. Please let's reveal the answer. Mixed views here. So yes, it was Misha, Solomon and Akua. So we were delighted to announce them as victorious in a challenging field of 15 finalists to claim the 2022 titles. And with so much exceptional talent within the Brunel alumni community, the team were delighted to host our first hybrid event last year, but it was a real success of these graduates. So we're looking forward to revealing the 2023 winners in part 2. However, just to say, all these on the screen have been award winners at some point, just not last year. So who's on our leaderboard now, Anais? Oh, been taken over. Leslie and Ruthie, another duo. Okay. Now I'm going to pass on to Andrew for question number 3.
Thank you very much, Kirsty, and it's lovely to see everyone here tonight. And so it's a quick welcome from me before I start the third question. So this week at Brunel is One World Week, where we celebrate Brunel's culture and diversity. We've mentioned there's 30,000 alumni overseas, but which country has the highest number of Brunel alumni residing in it? Is it A, India, B, China, C, Greece, or D, Nigeria? Ten seconds to go. Make sure you get those votes in. 3, 2, 1, and that's your time. So the correct answer is China. So Brunel has an alumni in over 175 countries across the world. However, China is where our largest alumni community are located outside of the UK, with close to 4,500 graduates. Greece comes in second and India comes in third, while Nigeria is the country where we have the most graduates from Africa, which I think truly demonstrates Brunel's culture and diversity during One World Week. So who's in the lead? XT. Okay, so let's move on to question 4. This year, Brunel had 5 alumni recognised in the British Council Study UK Alumni Awards, but in which country did we have a winner? Was it A, Greece, B, Uzbekistan, C, Saudi Arabia, or D, Thailand? And just for a bit of context, whilst you're casting your votes, we did have a finalist in all 4 of these countries. So whilst you're casting your votes, the Study UK Alumni Awards are open to graduates from overseas countries from every university to participate in. So to be a finalist in one of these categories is a really impressive feat. And to have 5, Brunel are really proud to have achieved that. So what was the correct answer? Saudi Arabia. So we were delighted for Abdullah Alatobi, who was named the winner of the Business and Innovation Award in Saudi Arabia. His award recognized his work for being a leader in his field who have used their experience of studying at a UK university to make a positive contribution to their communities, professions, and countries. So who's in the lead? You're waiting to find out. Dishen. Okay, we've got a new leader. Every question so far is a new leader, so no consistency in your answers currently. Question 5. In which alumni association did a Brunel alumnus start a podcast series to shine a light on his alumni peers in his country, but then got convinced to switch roles from host to participant? Is it A, Bahrain, B, India, C, Pakistan, or D, Singapore? Again, for context, we've got alumni associations in all 4 of these countries, as well as 10 other countries. So, time is up. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is Singapore. So after being announced as our Alumni Association of the Year award winners last year, Brunel alumnus Neville Mackenzie set out to start a podcast series focused on talking to Brunel alumni in Singapore. After 7 fantastic episodes with Brunelians about their career journeys, Brunel memories, and a connection that they have to the university, Neville was convinced to try out the other side, and he switched from interviewer to interviewee in his final podcast. So I'd just like to take an opportunity to thank Neville in his commitment to bringing his peers together in Singapore to this insightful series. He did put a lot of hard work into it, his time, commitment, and he produced something really excellent. So I just wanted to make sure that we recognised him here today with that question. So who's in a lead? There's the consistency that we were looking for. So question 6. In which country did we host an alumni event last summer featuring UN Special Rapporteur, Professor Alexandra from the Brunel Law School? Was it A, Australia? Was it B, Greece, C, Canada, or D, Turkey? Three seconds to go. 2, 1. And the correct answer is, what's the correct answer? It's Greece. So we were delighted for Professor Alexandra Samvaki to meet alumni in Athens in June 2022. Alexandra was appointed in October 2021 as the first Greek United Nations Special Rapporteur and gave a talk to alumni about her mandate to promote cultural rights and diversity. In addition to alumni in Greece, thank you to all our alumni that have joined our staff at overseas events in the last 12 months, including Turkey, India, Norway, Nigeria, and Thailand. I'll now pass over, actually we've got the, Zach's in the lead, a new leader. And now I'll pass over to Melissa to take question 7.
Hi everyone, question 7. Which of the following recognitions is the latest that Brunel Alumnus of the Year Award winner in 2020, Dev Aditya, has achieved? Is it A, winner of the India-UK Achievers Honours, B, UK Prime Minister's Points of Light Award, C, top 50 global student by the Global Student Prize, or D, enrichment scheme studentship with the Alan Turing Institute? And you have 5 seconds left. Right, answers in. And we have the winner, which is A. Well done to everyone who got A correct. We're delighted to find out that Dev Aditya was announced as the winner of the India-UK Achievers Honours in January of this year. This achievement marked India's 75th anniversary of independence. 75 Indian UK students and alumni who made an important contribution to their field and society were honoured. Dev Aditya co-founded the Ottomans Institute with fellow alumna, Dr. Poldi Ottomans, who is here right now tonight, which upskilled underserved learners in over 10 countries, helping over 35,000 people during the pandemic. So what is the leaderboard saying now? Oh, we got Zach at number 1. Well done. Right, let's move on to question 8. Which alumni group came in their masses, 30 to be precise, to have a reunion at Brunel last June, only to get drenched by the great British summer weather on their campus tour? Is it A, engineering, 1972, B, maths, 1972, C, chemistry graduates, 1976, or D, material science in 1983? Got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to get your answers in. And the correct answer is C, chemistry graduates 1976. Fun fact, they all came last year as reunions were back in full force last summer with groups returning to campus to relive their student days, and even one negotiating to get their way into Locos to have a night out with the students. Sounds a bit like me. But it was the chemistry graduates from 1976 who came as a group of 30, only to get caught short walking to the Heinz Wharf by a downpour of rain and having to keep as close to the wall as possible to stay dry. Thank you to David Pinkney in the audience today who organised such a memorable event. And question 9. Oh, sorry, leaderboard first. Excuse me. Zach is still in the lead. Who is Zach? Well done. Right, let's move on to question 9. So which alumni did we collaborate with last week to host a fundraising sports day event featuring an array of social media influencers? Was it A, Damson Idris, B, Ellie Prohan, C, Greg Davies, or D, Joe Brand? And just a little fun fact as we're casting our votes, these are all alumni. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get your answers in. And, oh, mixed bag. The answer is Ellie Prohan. We collaborated with Ellie Prohan, DJ, radio and presenter of Kiss FM last week for an all-star fundraiser this May with Classic Sports Day event at Brunel. We are raising money for 2 funds close to Ellie's heart, which included the Young Urban Arts Foundation and Brunel's Fund for Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic Researchers. And the leaderboard. We still have Zach. Well done, Zach. And we have one more question.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we are on our final question to find out the winner. So, number 10. In March 2023, Brunel hosted its first ever giving day to raise funds that will help to impact current and future generations of our global campus community. But how much money was raised? Was it A, 5,000, just under 10,000? B, did we go up to nearly 15,000? C, to 20,000? Or D, did we reach between 20 and 24,999? So think carefully because there's this last chance to get up the leaderboard. We're behind Zach. Are we hearing? Okay. And here it goes. Who has won the competition? And those let us know. So it was that much actually before. Oh, there we go. And Zach. Bravo. So just to say, this was our a 36-hour fundraising campaign that we raised over 23,000, which was a phenomenal feat for us as a small team in just 36 hours. And these funds are going towards some really important causes, to our Student Hardship Fund, to Global Opportunities Fund, and to a new fund, which was the Sanctuary Scholarships, particularly focused on academics that need to flee their country because of war or persecution. And we are delighted from the support from our communities across the board, staff, students, alumni, businesses that helped to make this day a success and are going to help to transform lives with us. So thank you to everyone that had a part to play in that. But now we do need to celebrate Zach. So please do come up, Zach, and get your goodie bag. Bravo. And thank you to Zach, who has been supporting us over the last 18 months to work with our China communities, alumni communities, to engage more. So he does have a bit of insider knowledge, but I don't believe you're cheating. It's just engaged, just very engaged. Lovely. So thanks, guys. Next up, we're hearing from another of our alumni. So last year, thank you to our partners, Santander Universities UK. We were able to create opportunities for our alumni, and we particularly focused on the creative industries. We wanted to celebrate the launch of the Creative Industries Hub at Brunel, and we offered prize funding to our alumni to support their professional and personal development in the creative industries. So we announced Brunel alumni. There were 3 winners. It was Holly McComish, Josie Dorr, and Janet Buller as the winners. And this evening, we're delighted to be able to bring one of them up on stage to share a little about her story and talk about her journey since graduating from Brunel and maybe share a little poetry with us if we're lucky. So please can I introduce Holly McComish to the stage, graduate of theatre in 2018.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Good, amazing. So thank you for the introduction. My name is Holly McComish, and today I stand before you to share the incredible journey of my poetry book, which is called If Tits Could Talk, and the impact of Brunel's Creative Connections bursary. So I guess my path sort of began when I discovered my love for poetry while studying here at Brunel. So as part of my theatre degree, I wrote like a light-hearted but also important poem called If Tits Could Talk, which stressed the importance of being breast aware. Fast forward to 2020, and this poem was actually discovered and platformed by world-renowned poet Rupi Kaur. Suddenly, my work started to gain recognition in the media, opening doors for some really exciting opportunities. So this led me to collaborate with the Pink Ribbon Foundation, to do a breast cancer awareness advert, and to perform the poem live at their 25th charity ball. So things were going very well, guys. But just like any good story, mine doesn't come without its setbacks. So in 2021, at the age of just 25, I actually suffered a stroke after developing a blood clot on the combined contraceptive pill. This was an immensely difficult time for me, my family and friends. I felt embarrassed, confused, frightened. I didn't know anyone my age who had had a stroke. So amidst this pain, though, I found a lot of strength when writing and felt connected now to women's health issues more than ever. After undergoing heart surgery, which is that lovely picture of me there, after undergoing heart surgery, I became determined to basically write a witty and light-hearted collection of poetry for young women that could raise awareness about my experience and other women's health issues, because let's face it, it's not really spoken about enough. It's not given that much coverage. So I wanted to write about my experience and, you know, getting your smear tests, menopause, lots of different women's health issues. So this is what I kind of set out to do. And this is when I discovered Brunel's Creative Connections bursary. I've always kind of followed the mantra, particularly as a creative, of all it takes is just one yes. So just one yes for something amazing to happen and for an idea to be lifted off the ground. And I honestly can't thank Brunel enough for being that yes for me at a time that I really needed one. So yeah, because of the bursary, I was able to work with an illustrator and graphic designer who were able to sort of breathe life into the pages of the book. The money helped me to print the first 1,000 copies, sort of turning the dream in my head into something that now felt like a tangible reality. Driven by the bursary, I then organised a book launch at the prestigious Royal Court Theatre, which you can see at the top there. It was attended by over 200 people. This book and story then went to gain some attention in the press, which you can see there. And I began just receiving heartfelt messages, honestly, from women all over the world who just felt really touched and connected to my story and my work. And it didn't stop there, guys. So the book has been praised by numerous women's health charities, and I was invited to perform the poem on BBC Radio, which was very fun. The momentum kept building as the book has now been taken on by 10 independent London bookshops, and it's recently also been taken on by leading book wholesalers, Gardners, who have the connections to distribute it into bookshops across the UK, including WH Smith's and Waterstones. So that's very exciting. So again, thank you, Brunel. Your bursary not only provided me with financial support, but it has been the catalyst for my dreams. If Tits Could Talk is now a beautifully illustrated poetry collection, and I'm able to raise awareness and empower others with my story, igniting important conversations about health that speak to women everywhere. So I think it's only fair that I now perform a poem for you all to give you a little glimpse of what my work's about. So this is If Tits Could Talk, which was again born at Brunel, written within this institution, and it's got me here today. So this is If Tits Could Talk, and I hope you all enjoy it. If tits could talk, what would they say? If boobs could speak for just one day? Stop wearing those bras that are falling to pieces. Sorry for stretching your best shirts and fleeces. Pushing us together. Christ, we need air. Believe us when we say, get sweaty down there. So when you next go running or fancy something sporty, don't forget your friends down here might need some more supporty. Oh, and stop worrying about whether we look round and perky. Will tits sag by the age of 30? We may sit apart, we may look down. We each have a nose either pink or brown. We're all slightly different. That's Mother Nature's aim. For how boring it would be to all look the same. So stop squashing us down to make us look smaller. Wear us with pride. Stand a little taller. And even if we're slightly smaller, this needn't be an issue. The size does not define a woman, nor do pads or tissue. If tits could talk, I'm sure they'd say, fuck, it's bloody cold today. Why does he keep staring? Is it because of what we're wearing? All these eyes are glaring. We really wish they'd stop. You miss a woman's face when you're talking to her top. If tits could talk, I'm sure they'd say, love us, please, in every way. Buy us bras that fit just right. Hold us tightly through the night. And when you bleed each month, remember, we're sore. So allow us to relax. Drop the bras to the floor. And just know it's okay to wear tops that reveal because you decide who cops a feel. No, your bust is more than lust. This assumption very wrong. For one day, we'll feed children to make them big and strong. There's one last thing we must get off our chest. To say it now, I think it's best. Please, you have to check us. Don't make it such a chore. Always feel for lumps and bumps that were not there before. If tits could talk, I'd want them to say, look after us. We're important. Thank you. Thank you everyone for your lovely, kind attention, and thank you again, Brunel, for your unwavering support. I will be selling copies of my book here this evening, and I urge everyone to grab one for an important woman in your life. Every purchase really, really contributes to raising awareness about women's health and empowering us about women's health issues. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Holly. Lovely to hear from you and also to hear your journey of the diversity of thought, experiences, journeys that we've got within the community. And now, as I say, we've got other things going on, and the Entrepreneur Hub are working very hard with lots of our entrepreneurial graduates and students to create the mindset that we can achieve anything. And so now I'm going to invite our colleagues from the Entrepreneur Hub on stage to take us through some of their winners of the last 12 months. So Farida, Emily and Emmy, please do come on up.
We are so excited to be here this evening to award our venture competition winners. So before I pass you over to Emmy, who'll be sharing a bit more about the venture competition, I just wanted to share a bit about what we do at the Entrepreneur Hub. So we are part of the Professional Development Centre here at Brunel, so part of Brunel Careers, and we help to support students and recent graduates up to 3 years with turning their ideas into businesses. So we support startups and freelancers.
The annual venture competition is open to all students and recent graduates who've got a great business idea that they would like to develop and launch. With a £15,000 prize fund for the winners and ongoing business support for all participants, we aim to help as many entrepreneurs as possible. And we're delighted this evening to present and celebrate with you another great lineup of these budding entrepreneurs.
We're so proud and happy to announce that Brunel alumnus Anil Pure is here today to award a few awards for entrepreneurs today. So Anil graduated from Brunel back in 2018 and studied product design. He was actually a winner himself of the Brunel Venture Awards, and he won £5,000 worth of funding to support his business, Pet Instincts. We'd like to bring Anil onto the stage.
Thanks, Rita. Hi, everyone. I'm Anil, the founder of Pet Instincts, and I'm also a partner at a global venture studio. Firstly, it's a pleasure to be here tonight to celebrate Brunel's best students and graduates. As Frida kindly mentioned, I won the competition back in 2020, pitching my startup Pet Instincts, which is still alive and thriving today. We've actually got some exciting milestones coming ahead and are raising some seed investments. So if you think it can help, please do reach out. In a bit of a full circle moment, I had the privilege to judge this year's venture competition and experience just how much the bar had risen over the last few years in terms of innovation and design. The quality of the ideas and of the applicants was incredible. And on this, let's take a look at this year's first winner. And I think she's going to be joining us virtually today. We have Dr. Ramanara Chowdhury. Please bear with us. We have Zoom. Just a precursor, as part of the venture competition, the finalists prepare videos, and what we're going to be showing you in between each of the segments is a bit of a snapshot of their companies in one of their applicant videos.
2 minutes of your time. My name is Dr. Ramanara Chowdhury. My idea is online.
We were so close.
Thank you for giving me 2 minutes of your time. My name is Dr. Ramanara Chowdhury, and my idea is an online CPD accredited training platform with a difference. This platform will be called Reflect Transformative Training. My first course is targeted at practitioners and will enable them to work more holistically with those who have been impacted by domestic violence and abuse, or DVA for short. The difference is that this course is designed to encourage reflection at a deeper level, therefore be transformative on both a professional and personal level. The majority of the research in this area has been conducted with white Caucasian community. My platform will allow practitioners to develop their understanding of DVA in minority communities, empower practitioners with increased knowledge, tools, and cultural awareness, and encourage practitioners to work holistically to support vulnerable victims and survivors. My first unique selling point is that the first course on this platform is based on the latest research in the field, conducted by myself at Brunel University as part of my doctorate. A second unique selling point is that practitioners I have consulted to date have expressed that my model can be applied to population groups due to its versatile and inclusive nature. First course will be priced at £395, which is the middle of the bridge for such a course. Long term, this online training platform will include a training course for imams and community leaders working at the grassroots. They perform the recovery program for Muslim female violence and cultural awareness training for practitioners working with Muslims. These are programs I've already developed and successfully delivered in person across the UK. Target markets include prison and probation, police, NHS, DVA organisations, social workers, and such. I hope that through this idea, make a real difference to society, one person at a time. Thank you.
Awesome. Right, as Ramanara is joining us virtually today, we can't actually give the award, but we've already given that to her like previously. But for the other people, we'll be inviting them to stage and doing a bit of a little ceremony after that. Emily, just checking on me, going to the next person.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. Right, we're now going to move on to the next winner. We can cue up the video. It's going to be Simone Panella's company.
Hi, my name is Simone Brunel and I'm the founder of Dynatech, a London-based startup that is working on making rugby safer sport for children. While head injuries are definitely our main priority at the moment, we have around 2.2 million boys and girls playing all around the world without an effective protection that could tell them what's really going on up here, and that's a problem that must be solved ASAP. Well, of course, head injuries are a main concern for every player playing contact sport at any level. We believe that having access to this kind of data will drastically help players with recognizing and assessing this kind of injuries, head injuries, and therefore preventing them from major damages as well as long-term risks. Well, Dynatech is developing a very small and flexible piece of electronics that once inserted and embedded inside any type of soft-padded helmets will allow people around the playing field, such as referee, coaches, and parents, to recognize a possible concussion at the time of the event. More technically, a first impact detector technology that will prevent, in this case, young rugby players from SIS, second impact syndrome, thanks to the embedded sensor technology that immediately tells you via a visual alert and a Bluetooth notification on your phone if your child has received a mild traumatic brain injury, and of course the intensity of it. Our aim is to make rugby safer, but we need to start from the children, our children, so that parents would be less concerned about head injuries and let their children enjoy and get all the benefits of playing this amazing sport.
Amazing. Could you please put your hands together and welcome Simone, the founder of Dynatech, to the stage? Right, on to the next winner. Oh, I don't think we have a video. Yeah, we don't have a video for this one, but this is Louis Harvey's really awesome business. Sorry, just on the fly. This is Louis Harvey's really awesome business where he's making custom straps for musical instruments, starting off with a flagship of a saxophone product. I want to take the words out of his mouth and say that they're entirely vegan, or at least looking at alternatives to leather. And a really cool and awesome company. Please keep an eye out for it on Etsy in the coming year. And since we don't have a video, I'm just going to take the award and say, please put a round of applause and welcome Louis to the stage. Thanks. Thank you. Right, now on to the next winner. I think we have a video. Awesome.
Meet Spinner Robotics, a London-based robotics company that is revolutionizing the building industry, paving the way for smarter, faster construction. The lack of innovation within the construction business has made it one of the lowest sectors in productivity in the past decade. The main issues include the inefficiency and waste from construction processes. Construction companies say there is lack of skilled individuals due to factors such as Brexit, COVID-19 pandemic, and most importantly, the lack of overall interest in labor-intensive careers. Finally, it is very design constrained, limiting creativity and utilization of space effectively. To solve these problems, we are developing an autonomous artificial intelligence-enabled concrete 3D printer for medium to large scale construction that can monitor and adapt in real time. Thus, we are enabling intelligent automation for construction, giving design freedom, as well as reducing cost, time, and waste for better sustainability. Our main competition includes companies such as Cobod, SciD, and Icon. We are building eyes and brains for the printers that make them more reliable, increase their productivity and accuracy, as we are developing vision-based 3D printers. The team consists of Dr. Abdul Alba, who is the founder and CEO of Brunel Robotics, with specialty in robotics and additive manufacturing and extensive experience in 3D printing nearing a decade. Secondly, we have Abdullah Alba, who is the co-founder and CTO, coming from a computer science background, as well as having industry experience in research and development and systems architecture in software. Our business model is focusing mainly on business to business and providing the following services. We will manufacture and sell advanced construction 3D printers. We will provide concrete 3D printing services, and we will provide consultancy services. Why pick us? We plan to be the first manufacturer of concrete 3D printers in the UK and the Middle East. We want to empower builders, architects, engineers, and the entire construction ecosystem to design, build, and create with precision, speed, and affordability. We have the expert knowledge in robotics and concrete 3D printing. With Brunel Robotics, we are changing the way the world builds, shaping the future of construction and creating a more sustainable world for all. Thank you for your time.
Amazing. Could you please put your hand together and welcome Dr. Abdul Rahman Alba to the stage, the founder of Brunel Robotics. Right, now let's take a look at our final winner.
Hi, my name is Sean Hayes, and I've created a device that makes making authentic eye contact during video call possible. So as you can see, right now we're on FaceTime, and it looks like I'm looking directly into the camera, but I'm not. I'm actually looking at myself on the screen in front of me. And there's no algorithm correcting my eye contact. I can look wherever and I'm not going to always be staring. So how am I doing this? Well, I'm using the iPhone as a webcam. Here is the actual device. Apple recently released Mac OS Ventura, which enables the iPhone to be used as a webcam. So our device can be used on any video calling app that can currently be used on any Apple device. Here's how it works. Using a two-way mirror and smart iPhone camera placement, the webcam reflection makes it appear like you are looking directly at the camera when you're actually looking at the screen, while also letting light pass through. This way, you can look directly at the screen while appearing to look directly at the camera. The device is purely mechanical, lays on top of the screen, and has a slot where your iPhone can be inserted and kept in position. Also, it can be folded up. There are so many applications for a device like this, with the most immediate being online therapy. Now, there's no replacing in-person therapy, but one reason why online therapy is worse than in person is because you can never make direct eye contact. Our device fixes that. If therapists and patients each have our device, they can effectively make eye contact over video call, giving therapists valuable information and enhancing the quality of the session. No other device on the market definitively solves video call eye contact like our device, so flip it open and connect.
Please put your hands together and welcome Sean Hayes to the stage. Thank you. Right, well, thank you so much, everyone. That was amazing. Tonight, we witnessed a showcase of pure talent and potential. All the winners and participants from the competition this year have developed some very promising solutions, which I really hope to see on the market sometime soon. As someone who was once in their position, I'd like to thank Brunel, the Entrepreneur Hub, and Santander Universities for providing a platform of support for startups. Evenings like this are important to recognize talent and put a spotlight on these businesses to boost their growth. Speaking of Brunel, I'd like to now hand it back to the amazing Kirsty from the Alumni team.
Lovely. And just to say, the way we can create these opportunities for entrepreneurs to take their businesses forward is through our generous donations from our alumni and supporters, as well as our corporate partners. And so huge thanks goes out to everybody that does support those, because it makes people be able to take their opportunities forward and develop them. And now it is time for a break. Lovely. Well, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you are duly refreshed. I'm now going to pass over to Andrew, who is going to introduce our first awards.
Okay, so just whilst everyone's taking their seats, then you may have seen that we gave you an alumni bingo card before starting that registration. Did we have anyone complete their alumni bingo card? Okay. Did anyone complete their alumni bingo card? I don't think anyone did, because we've not had anyone come forwards. But on the alumni bingo card, we just thought we'd give this to you because we thought it may help with networking. But actually, looking at everyone talking to each other, we probably didn't need it. You're all naturals, aren't you? Perfect. But on that card, did we have anyone who had fantastic memories of Locos? Yeah, there's some hands going up. Okay, I'm certainly one of them anyway. So, look, I won't go through them all, but there's some great people in this room who probably match all those squares in here. I had a look through who was attending. I made sure that we could fill all of these squares, and it really shows the diversity of people that we've got in this room, and I'm really proud to stand here presenting awards tonight. And the first award that I'm going to move on to is one that I particularly enjoy presenting, because it's the Alumni Association of the Year Award, and the alumni associations, they are a worldwide network of volunteers and professionals, and they are dedicated to staying connected to Brunel through organising social events, activities, networking opportunities right across the world. And being here to announce the Alumni Association of the Year Award in its second year, it's something I'm passionate about due to the close relationships that I form with the volunteers right around the world. So before I do announce the award, I'd like to say a special thank you to all those volunteers who have made it another excellent year with events and activities taking place right across the world. There's going to be an event in California, for example, this Friday. We've had events in Nigeria recently. We've had events, there's been one in Singapore already this year. There's been events in India this year. There's been events right across the world, and those people who organise them really do deserve a special thank you. So the Alumni Association of the Year Award was launched last year, and it went to Singapore Alumni Association. They are our longest running group, and celebrating their award, we were delighted to see a group of over 20 Singaporean alumni enjoying drinks along the waterfront. So this year we have 3 finalists who submitted nominations outlining why they should win the award and what projects they have planned for the next 12 months. And our finalists include the Jordan Alumni Association, led by Dr. Dalia Al-Ayawi, the Nigeria Alumni Association, led by Yusuf Baba Ahmed and Abdullahi Ali Buhari, and the Singapore Alumni Association, led by Chris Pardy. So, deciding the winner this year was extremely tough. However, our panel have decided that the winner of the Alumni Association of the Year Award is the Nigeria Alumni Association. So, to give you a bit of context, the Nigeria Alumni Association, they were formed last year. They had a fantastic online meeting in March to launch an event where they invited special alumni guests to do various talks throughout the event. They then had their first in-person event in October last year. And I believe the group was perhaps over 30 strong. There was people who traveled from all parts of Nigeria to be part of this first Alumni Association event. We were sent videos of Nigerian alumni singing Brunel's name. They were dancing, they were sharing memorable Brunel memories of their time in Brunel accommodation, stories of what they used to get up to on campus. It was fantastic content that we received. We really loved receiving that. Last year, a couple of our staff, last week, a couple of our staff were in Lagos. They got to meet a few more of our alumni out in Nigeria, which was fantastic. And their work goes beyond reunions, the Nigeria Alumni Association. They've been involved in other aspects. For example, they've supported our international student recruitment activities in both Abuja and Lagos with going to support the international student recruitment team to talk to prospective students. They've also, Yusuf, who leads the group alongside Abdullahi, has come back to Brunel last year and volunteered to do a promotional video, which has supported us with marketing content. So there's some really amazing work going on in Nigeria, and over the next 12 months, they're now aiming to facilitate a partnership between the university and a Nigerian academic institution at postgraduate level, which we're really excited to see how that develops. So I want to say congratulations to the Nigeria Alumni Association for their success since forming, and in particular, thank you to Yusuf and Abdullahi, who have put in a high level commitment to making their activities a strong success. So I am now going to move on to introducing our third alumni speaker to the stage tonight. And this is someone that we've been talking to for the last couple of months. The connections come from renewing his relationship with someone at Brunel, through Melissa coming back into the alumni team. And it's really, I think this is something that we really enjoy, is when we find these new connections, rather than when we don't know who's out there. And I think if there's someone who's achieving something really good, then, and you know about them, please let us know, because that could open doors for us in the future for them to be up here as well presenting. So our next presenter is Daniel Idovu, and he studied politics and history. And I don't want to say too much, but he's now running a company called Value Africa, and you'll see it on his t-shirt. He's got a stall over there, and I'll let him do more of a talking from here. So welcome to the stage, Daniel.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome, Andrew. My name is Daniel, and I'm from a company called Value Africa. So I was asked today to speak about my journey as an alumni, and I guess it really started in 2008. We've been having questions on my table around what's my secret to looking so young, because everyone can't believe that I graduated in 2008. It's definitely the coconut chips over there. So if you want to try some, that's what's going to keep you young. Anyway. So yeah, I studied politics and history, but actually I did a sandwich course. And I think one of the speakers earlier talked about that being an integral part of kind of Brunel's offering. And for me, it was really transformative, because it made me want to go out and understand, what could I do with my degree? Now, you study a politics and history and you don't really know what you're going to do. I think my mum was saying, oh, you'll be a politician, you'll be the next British Prime Minister. I went and did a placement at BT in the public affairs department, speaking with a lot of politicians, and I quickly realized that definitely wasn't for me. But what I did at the end, actually, we did a internship at a NGO. So it was called Stakeholder Democracy Network, and it was really focused on how we could support Nigerians back home who are in the Niger Delta, and for lots of different reasons, weren't able to really fulfill their kind of potential. And that's really what's kind of driven my purpose, and what I've really tried to do with Value Africa is really just to see how could I contribute to economic development across the continent. So, you know, my long career since I graduated in 2008 has really been focused on two things. It's really been focused on supporting small businesses, but also working in developing countries. So I've worked across the Caribbean, I've worked in India, connecting African businesses to Indian businesses to African businesses. And it's really been around, you know, how can we empower and support economies in Africa? And I think it was probably in about 2015, 16, you know, I traveled to various different countries supporting kind of entrepreneur programs, and I would try and pick up something from everywhere I went. And I started collecting in alcohol from different places I went. And I picked up this fantastic rum from Trinidad, and it blew my mind. And I started then just to go around the world trying to collect different products. And I arrived in Africa actually, and I really struggled to get good quality products. And then I started to dig a bit deeper, and I found some. And I think that's really when I realized that actually, you know, moving on from kind of like my purpose, I found a product, and I found a series of products which I could export from the continent and bring to the UK. And that allowed me to do two things: is to promote African-based manufacturing, but also to bring to the UK and to the wider world innovative things kind of happening around Africa. And if you see there, we've got like an array of different products. So on our website, we've got, you know, 18 different products, but they're all made in Africa. So that's kind of the rule which we have, that they're all made in Africa, manufactured in Africa. So, you know, we've got the coconut chips there, which I mentioned earlier, but there's a couple which are really, really exciting. So you might see that blue bottle Pedro's there, and that bottle on the other side called Afro. These are palm spirits, and these are made by producers who've tapped into, you know, traditional African production, and they brought their version of spirits, which previously haven't been on the global stage, to the UK. And these products are doing fantastically. They're in some of the best restaurants across, best restaurants and bars across London, 1, 2 Michelin stars, and I think we'll hit a 3rd Michelin star within the next couple of months or so. But for me, I'm really, really proud of these products which are made in Africa, and that I can support grow market share in the UK. And I think, you know, the final thing really that I wanted to highlight is just people. So when I studied at Brunel, I met amazing people. And on this picture here, you might be able to see 2 people. So on the guy there in the kind of beige jumper, and the girl there in the hat at the end, these are friends of mine who I met at Brunel. And, you know, 15 years later, they're still coming to some of the same events which I've come to. And, you know, the guy on the right here is actually invested in my company as well. So I think for me, it's really, really exciting that, you know, you join an institution, you join Brunel, and you don't know what you're going to get out of it. But what I did get was a sense of purpose, and I met some fantastic people who've supported me on my journey. And, you know, if there's anyone else in this room that I can either support with some of my experiences, or who'd like to support me in my journey, I'd love to kind of speak to you. I'm over there at the table there. And lastly, just to say, if you see those bright colored cans, those are for everyone in the room. So I've not come empty-handed. So everyone can get a free can of cider, which is made by a Kenyan company. And then also just speak to me about, you know, what else that we could work on together, or what support I could provide. So thank you very much. And it's been great speaking to you.
Thank you, Daniel. Look forward to trying them. Now, before we go on to the main event, the 3 big awards, we do have our Nigerian Alumni Association lead who is joining us and wants to say a few words. So if our technical abilities allow, we're going to get Yusuf on the line. Let's all wait with bated breath and have our fingers crossed. Really hoping.
Awesome.
Okay, I can hear a voice.
Hello, everyone.
Yep. We can hear you, Yusuf.
Oh, that's lovely.
We can't
Hello,
see you
everyone.
yet, but your voice
so...
is coming in.
Can you hear me?
We can, we can.
Okay, that's fine. That's lovely. Pleased to meet everyone. We are so excited over here in Nigeria, having won the Alumni Association of the Year. I know the competition was steep. We were keeping our fingers crossed, not knowing who our contenders were. But we are just so excited. We are celebrating already. I and a few of the alumni over here. So we want to thank Brunel immensely for all the support. It wouldn't have been possible without all the help Andrew has offered us. The office has just been fantastic in everything since we started the association. We would like to say a big thank you to everyone, each and every of the alumni over there in the UK, over here in Nigeria. We are just so humbled and so happy for having won this award. Thank you very much.
Lovely, lovely to hear from you. Thank you. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Lovely. Look forward to seeing what the Nigerian Alumni Association are going to get up to this year. The Singapore winners of last year really did some fantastic things over the year. So they've got a lot to live up to. And now to move on to our awards, our 2023 Alumni of the Year awards. So before we get started, I want us to just give a huge round of applause to all the finalists because there was a lot of fantastic alumni in the group today. So every year, it's a very proud moment for us to celebrate and recognise the achievements of our alumni community. So whether it's outstanding professional achievements, contributions to the community, or a commitment to Brunel through volunteering advocacy, we were delighted to receive record numbers of nominations this year. We had 185 nominations to sift through. So they were shortlisted by colleagues from Brunel's Media Relations team, our Professional Development Centre, and the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion team to give us 21 finalists across our 3 categories to name our UK, international and recent Alumni of the Year. So all finalists were entered into the final vote for the Brunel alumni community to make the decisions. And the peers celebrating each other's successes is so incredibly special. It was extremely exciting for us to see the votes rolling in from 185 down to top 3. And 658 votes were counted and verified. So it's now time to announce the runners-up and winners for each category. So we're going to start off with recent Alumni of the Year. And I'm handing over to Melissa to tell us who has won.
Right. Sorry. So first up, I am thrilled to present the Recent Alumni of the Year Award, recognizing recent alumni from around the world who graduated in 2020, 2021, and 2022, and have achieved something remarkable within the last 3 years of leaving Brunel. Your finalists include Ashi Sahu, Dr. Abdulrahman Alba, Daniel Uzitalo, Jeffrey Oyinlola, Maud Mer, Sharina Dariani, and Dr. Yasin Kucha. And the votes have revealed that in 3rd place, we have Dr. Abdulrahman Alba. Dr. Abdulrahman is an accomplished and ambitious robotics and venture scientist with a passion for revolutionizing the construction industry through automation. He's the founder of Brunel Robotics, a company dedicated to developing the next generation of concrete 3D printers for more sustainable and efficient construction methods. And I think Dr. Abdulrahman is here if you'd like to come and collect your certificate. Right, in 2nd place, we have Jeffrey Oyinlola. Jeffrey developed a podcast network, Pick Up the Mic, dedicated to supporting students and recent graduates with every stage of their university experience, and has served as a role model to prospective university students, especially those considering a course in STEM. Congratulations, Jeffrey. Do you want to collect your certificate? Right, right. And the winner of the recent Alumni of the Year award is Ashi Sahu. Ashi was an international student from Asia who was new to the UK during her time at Brunel University. Yet she was able to secure a technical job as automation specialist while completing her master's degree, even amidst the challenges of the pandemic. In 2021, she faced several challenges, including severe anxiety and depression. However, in 2022, she began working on her mental and emotional well-being. This led to her decision to contribute to society by doing volunteer work and actively participating in social activities. Ashi's contributions and leadership in the tech industry has been recognized, and she's been nominated for various Women in Tech Leadership Awards in the UK and globally, ultimately being named a Tech Woman 100 2022 winner. Her mission to empower others is to turn their passions into reality. From a small town in India to a global stage, Ashi encourages others to value their emotions and their well-being, creating a more inclusive and supportive environment for all. Her story is one of resilience, hard work, and determination, and it serves as an inspiration to others who may be facing similar challenges in their lives. Congratulations to Ashi. She is online, I believe. Are we able to get her?
Yes, I am.
Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you so much. First of all, I would like to everybody, first of all, the whole team who is working very hard to make this possible. And special thanks to Melissa, because she has already been in contact with me, and currently, unfortunately, I couldn't be there because I'm here in India for one of the special moments in my life. This is my brother's wedding. So yes, like both the moments are equally important, and I would like to say I'm very this moment. Yeah, wishing to meet you often. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much again, and congratulations.
Amazing, thank you.
And now over to Andrew to announce our next winner.
Hi everyone, so sticking to the theme of me introducing international awards, I am here to announce the International Alumni of the Year award winner. So again, very delighted to be here and for an award that recognises the successes of our international alumni who graduated in any year up to and including 2018. So your finalists include Chichumaga Unachukwu from Nigeria. We have Shonshik Khan from China. We have John Hooper from Canada. We have Kendra Heaney from Canada. We have Mohammed Jassim. I don't have the countries on my sheet, so I'm not going to try and guess. We have Dr. Salim Farouk Shoka and Simona Junta. So the votes have revealed that in third place, we have Kendra Heaney from Canada. Kendra has worked relentlessly in international development, both in her paid job as well as volunteering, a huge amount of time for the Sustainable Development Solutions Network. In 2022, Kendra attended the United Nations Youth Assembly in New York, presenting a session to over 100 delegates titled Building Your Advocacy. Building your advocacy skills on sustainable development. So in second place, we have Chidumaga Unachukwu from Nigeria. Chidumaga is a notable member of the Brunel, Nigeria alumni community and founded Exergy Limited in 2021, which has generated over 1,000 megawatts of clean electricity to date and has been coined Nigeria's fastest growing clean energy business. He has previously worked with America's ex-Vice President Al Gore on a climate reality project and also has a Harvard Business School degree in entrepreneurship in emerging economies. So that leaves us to announce a winner. And this year's winner of the International Alumni of the Year Award winner is Shunshik Khan, also known as Carson. So Shunshik Khan, who we also know as Carson, he is a design director of Sonoscape Medical. Carson credits his Brunel design education as a reason for becoming a medical device design expert. Over the last 12 years, Carson has designed more than 30 types of medical products, ranging from human, animal, hospital, military application, ICU, pharmacy, medical imaging, and surgical. He also has worked for Newsoft Medical Systems and Mindray Medical as head of design and design manager. Respectively, Carson is very proud to participate in developing domestic high-end medical equipment and new medical reform. Since the pandemic, the medical devices designed by Carson have distributed in over 100 countries, including CT scanners, digital radiography, ventilators, patient monitors, and infusion pumps. Carson was named in 2021 Forbes China the most valuable intelligent designer, top 10. In addition, he has won over 30 product design awards globally, including IF Design, Red Dot, IDEA, and Chinese Patent. Carson's mission is to promote Chinese medical design globally, and he is very proactive in different design communities. In 2020, Carson was nominated as core member of Young Designers Circle at World Design Organization. In addition, he was invited to be a judge at the 3rd Gold Reed Industrial Design Award and 18th Dragon Design Foundation to filter and discover excellent healthcare design products and design talents. Carson has also been connected with Brunel University London alumni in the role of the Alumni Advisory Board member, which he came onto last May 2022. So congratulations to Carson. And I believe he is joining us live online from China. So,
hello.
Carson, would you like to say
hello,
a few
Andrew.
words?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Sorry, got a fever, so my voice is crazy. Okay, first of all, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, the Development and Alumni Relations Office. Thank you, Brunel. Thanks for the design education from Made in Brunel. I'm deeply influenced by the concept of T-shaped designer. So after graduating in 2011, I came to mainland China and chose to focus on the medical device design. I have been designing now more than 40 categories of medical products for 12 years. I think design crossing with medical is meaningful, and together they create great social impact. I always believe that design in healthcare not only saves lives, it makes a better world to live. Lastly, I want to announce that I'm planning to provide design service only in healthcare sector. Anyone who is interested, please do not hesitate to contact me. Let's design for a healthier world to live. Thank you, and see you all in China soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carson. We look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. I'll hand over to Kirsty now.
Thank you. And I just want to note that Carson is joining us from China, where it's currently, I think, about 3:30 in the morning. So he's stayed up especially for this. So I'd say he gets an extra round of applause just for that. Lovely. So it's our final award. And I've got the honor of sharing out who's got the top spot. So for UK Alumni of the Year, we had an awful lot of finalists, and here they are on your screen. We've got Deepa Mistry, Ellie Prohan, Francis Jones, Kevin Munday, Dr. Sarah Alex, Shahajan Janali, and Zainab Adigun. The votes have revealed that in third place, we have Deepa Mistry. Deepa is a passionate and committed advocate for fire safety reform. She has made significant contributions towards addressing the post-Grenfell building safety crisis in the UK and has been instrumental in pushing for the polluter pays amendment. Well done, Deepa. In second place, we have Zainab Adigun. Zainab developed engineering solutions with key stakeholders such as Network Rail and TfL Assets. Listed as 100 finalists for Top Women in Engineering 2022 awards, Zainab took part in Secrets from Above on National Geographic, sharing her expertise on 2 key inventions by scientists and engineers made during World War II. Congratulations, Zainab, for joining us online. Now it's my honor to announce the winner of Recent Alumni of the Year. The winner is Francis Jones. Well done. So Francis Jones has been a shining example of how through creativity, kindness, and determination, anyone can make a positive difference in the lives of multiple people, both within and outside the higher education landscape. Due to a desire to help educate and improve the scientific literacy of students in the UK, Francis completed his PGCE at Brunel University in 2018 and quickly rose up the ranks to join school leadership quite early on in his teaching career. However, Francis realised the limits of how many students he could help within one school, and he ended up winning a scholarship to do a master's degree in STEM education at King's College London. Francis learnt about the power of entrepreneurship and how it could make ideas become a reality. Due to this, he ended up winning the Brunel Entrepreneur Venture Competition, both in 2021 and 2022. And this led Francis to support Brunel and non-Brunel students in their entrepreneurial endeavours, as well as developing powerful EdTech products to help students in the UK. Francis's main success was the development of STEM at home. This science education game changer disrupted where, when, and how GCSE science students in the UK would access their required science practicals. STEM at home has been a massive benefit to GCSE science students with special educational needs, and for the first time ever, it has made science education fully accessible to a previously overlooked demographic of students who always needed help. The success and impact of STEM at home has led to many accolades and awards, such as second place in the social enterprise category at the Mayor of London's Entrepreneurial Competition 2022, semi-finalist in the UCL Global EdTech Awards 2022, and the winner of the People's Choice Award at the Queen Mary Social Venture Competition, Venture Fund 2023. So outside of competitions, STEM Learning, the UK's largest and most trusted science education organisation, reached out to work directly with STEM at home. Francis has also been noticed by the major exam board, Pearson, and has been invited to join the Royal Society of Arts due to his work and successes in helping make science education equal within the UK. And within the higher education entrepreneurial space, Francis was invited by UCL's Institute of Education to run workshops on developing entrepreneurial skills and EdTech products, and was invited by Brunel's Entrepreneur Hub to run similar workshops for them. He's also given a lot of his time to support Brunel students and the Entrepreneur Hub run large in-person events and become a mentor to many Brunel students who also want to become entrepreneurs and make a difference. So it really is a very well-deserved award. So please come up and accept your award, Francis.
This is a lot heavier than I thought it would be.
Thank you. So yeah, I did not expect this, but I think the first thing I really honestly need to say is legit, I wouldn't be here without all the support of Brunel's Entrepreneur Hub. And I would like to give a big shout out to Emmy and Emily over there. Legit, they have been incredibly supportive of me over the last couple of years. And during the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, they have been like constantly emotionally supporting me and giving me like so much support. So legit, yeah, Emmy and Emily over there, they deserve your round of applause as well. Say clap for them too. They really have done so much. But yeah, I am quite surprised at this. Thank you for your recognition. And yeah, it's been just, yeah, I don't know what to say. Oh, also, we are doing further seed round. We've got our first angel investor, making more impacts, 2.4% market share. So if you do want to invest, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn because we are looking to scale. Thank you.
Wonderful. So as you can see from tonight, we have such phenomenal graduates of Brunel, and really it is a joy to work in a place that supports people from the very early stages and all through. I always say to our graduates, you don't necessarily want to hear from us all the time, but when you do, we're here. Doesn't matter if it was last year you graduated or it was 40 years ago. We're always here, and it's really our joy to continue working with you at any point in your journey. So thank you for joining us on what I hope was a wonderful evening for you two. You now have some time to get a drink if you want and have a quick chat before we finish. Follow us on socials, tag us at Brunel Alumni with any of your photos, and look forward to speaking to you more over the next 12 months and seeing more achievements. Thank you, everyone.